All right, hello, welcome back. I'm back here. Deeply confused on this format. Um, it's vintage cube, but you can draft doubles. This was our previous deck. We're gonna be doing a second draft here in just a second. Um, yeah, this was our previous deck, and when you can draft doubles of recall, it's hard to say no to that. Anyway, what I want is go back over here. Oof. It is cube packs from a proper cube. Like it's the vintage cube, a known cube. But they don't have every pack is from a new instance of that cube, is the best way to put it. Um so you can pull 18 Force of Wills. Things like that. So it gets I don't know that I've seen a more powerful format. What did we learn from round one? Um I didn't need to worry about Oko. I don't think Oko was super necessary. Um, Dak seems really powerful. Um, like card advantage is fake. Force of Will's incredible because like people can't deal with like one of their five real spells getting countered. So we kind of want to build a deck that's a little bit more resilient than that. Like we forced that Urza and they blew up. All right, round two. Uh, round two. How do I? Okay. Round two. Ooh, that's a force. I don't need to fairy either. There's no reason not to aim for blue unless we're doing something like outrageously silly. Um, and still feel like doing funny, like doing the normal nonsense for now. Again, I'm gonna draft a number of these. Like maybe sometime we'll get the draft where I first pick this Zergo. Turnabout would be cool. It's like combo zone. Teferi. What other white cards are interesting in this? Cast like a turn one uh balance? Okay, Mox, Upheaval, Yogg's Will. Ooh. Again, this isn't a card you can play main. Upheaval's so busted always. Um, Less so when everybody's 500 Moxes. Actually, huh. Upheaval probably doesn't matter as much when everybody else has 5 Moxes, right? Like, you play Upheaval, you play your Moxes back, and then they go, okay, and do the same thing. Right? What if I pick that Yogsville and go for a more of a storm off? Obviously, we still pick time locks. We still pick um, recalls, things like that. But Ravages of War has always been bad. Sorry, Ravages of War in the Vintage Cube is one of the worst places for it. Um, Ravages of War, format where everybody has Mox as Sapphires, like, it can be a good finisher for like a mono white aggression deck. The problem is those decks aren't very good. Nice, Luke. We're doing some dumb shit here, Luke. Last deck, we had 2 Time Walks and 3 Ancestral Recalls. Consecrated Sphinx. Frantic Search. Goblin Guy. Chain Lightning. Inquisition? Inquisition should be, like, super good in this format, right? Rainforest? Let's try this. Force of Will, Watery Grave, another Yogg's Will. You ever want to back up Yogg's Will? I want the Watery Grave more than I want backup Yogg's Will. Having a backup Yogg's Will sounds hilarious. Yogg's Will 2! I'll never get over Peggle 2 GIF. I'll never. I love that GIF. Like, the most excited you can be about Peggle 2. Brain Freeze. That's a win condition. Water Grave again. Keep getting these going. Seems fine to me. Brain Freeze might not be fully functional against, like, Eldrazi, but, like, should be pretty easy to work against players who, are already drawing a billion cards. I like having more Watery Graves to get this deck rolling. Another Mox. Memory Jar. Yogg's Will 3. Preordain. Lion's Eye Diamond. Alright, what do we need for this deck? LED is good. Memory Jar is good. I don't know how many Yogg's Will I actually want. More Preordain effects might actually be really nice. I don't know. Might just be the LED. Sad about not Memory Jar here. Bloodstain would be good too, but, like, there's too much power in here for me to want to pick that Bloodstain right now. Now this would be a pack I'd pick up a Bloodstain if we Desire. Desire what? Let's pick 2 here. Bargain? This already makes 1/1s with Defender, sacks them to destroy an artifact or creature, and then, like, triple makes an artifact. Basically. That one's fine. It's a little bit more like artifact recursion than we're doing right now. Metalworker could work. Not quite Metalworker yet, but I want something more payoff for the. Yeah, V-Click is just another blue card. It's probably fine. Hull Breacher, yes. Bolus's Citadel. Doesn't that card usually win you the game if you resolve that? Pretty sure you win the game if you resolve this card, right? Pretty sure that's how this card works. I want to grab Hull Breacher so that if we find draw 7th, well, they're really good. Makes Memory Jar a lot more necessary. Probably want to find another one of those. This Emrakul's fine, but I'd rather have bigger Emrakul. We're not a deck that has reanimate targets. We're not. If we had, like, Grizz, that would be different, but we don't. Baral. Huh. Baral. Flying squirrels. They have to have flying. I don't know what I want with Baral here. Like, Trop in case there's a green splash? Strip mine? I don't think we're killing with expansion explosion. Then again, expansion's actually double. Hold on. That's just fork. Hmm. Everybody's gonna have to time walk, right? Mind Twist, Underground Sea, Time Spiral, Mana Drain, Underground Sea. Who? Time Spiral. Who? Time Spiral, absolutely. Dak is here. Mind Twist with these Moxen looks really good. It's another thing to use our fast mana on that feels like a really strong plan. Mana Drain also is really good with like this play. I'm gonna go Time Spiral Twist. Underground Sea is also really good. Mana Drain's good. Are we passing a library? I think we are. Like, this is so many cards that are all so good for the deck. I think Time Spiral is the only 100% pick. I would, if somebody didn't pick Mind Twist and picked like Drain or Library, I'd completely understand here. I don't think you can give up Time Spiral in this deck. I think we need draw sevens. Dark Slick Shores. Another Teferi. Him. Annoy our opponent. This card can't be good, right? Tinker. Can I fix? Oh, I didn't pick that Trop Island. This is like a format of like having 1,000 cards. I don't think him is going to be great here. I don't think him is worth it. I don't think we can pilot a smuggler's copter. Like, Baral is one of 3 creatures in our deck, you know? Three. I don't know what I want as my second pick here. I know it's Dark Slick Shores. Maybe Liliana is a way to actually have an Edict in the deck. Tinker for Citadel actually sounds good. I like that. Tinker for Citadel sounds nice. I like that. Let's do Tinker for Citadel. Grim Monolith. Brainstorm. Grim Monolith Brainstorm? That looks fine. Hulk is okay. We don't have a lot to flashback. Like, yeah, we can tinker for it, but like, I'd rather have more rocks to throw away to the tinker because that's actually a problem right now. So we don't have a lot of those. I don't even know if I'd main the push. Like, who plays creatures? What's a creature? I ain't never seen one of those. I guess this kills the Urza token. Mind Twist and Urza. Oh boy, Underground Sea again. Urza always works in these sorts of things, right? For getting killed by Snapcasters, it's because they're taking a return. That's the third time Raveler we've seen. Progenitus is hilarious. Sadly, you kind of need a way to cheat it into play for it to be good, and there's a lot of ways to do that in this cube. But it's hilarious. My favorite thing about Progenitus is that it's not as protection as you want it to be. Like, Liliana can kill that. Wrath God can kill that. Like, it's not... Protection from everything isn't a full protection. Do I want Mind Twist too? I don't know how much we are Urza is the problem. This could be wrong, but it's fine. Scarab God, LED, Mana Vault, Tinker again. We need another draw 7 in this deck. I need to... passing the memory jar was incorrect here. Scarab God? Scarab God's like a win con if things go horribly wrong. Oh, here we go. This is the way to win the game. All right, finally. Oh, also enemy AI affecting? There's nothing else in this pack. I'd probably just pick Ashiok. Yeah, we can Mind's Desire into that Emrakul. We can discard it to different bits. Nothing else in this pack really stands out to me as something I'd want, you know? Palinchron, maybe. Mind Twist. Okay, 3 packs left. Mana Crypt. A backup search target? The backup Tinker target? I don't hate that. That card's just unblockable. Frantic Search and LED are the other picks here. Go back up, Tinker target. Hey, Grizzlebrand, you're a little late to the party. Hmm. Well, Mystical Tutor is powerful. Thoughtseize is disruptive. Spell Pierce is nice. Lotus Petal is okay. Thoughtseize Tutor, Thoughtseize Spell Pierce. Thoughtseize Tutor sounds right. Final pack is Mana Vault. We already have an Emrakul. I don't think we want a second Emrakul. I don't think that does anything in this deck. Baleful Strix is good. Coercive Portal's fine. I like Strix. This card's sweet. So is Muldrifter, but I think I like Strix. I think the breaker here is Tinker. Okay. Our fast mana is incredibly cool. Okay, how many cuts do I need to make in this? Those are the ones that are absolutely land. Hmm. And a Volt also probably just counts as a land. Oh, Teferi, get out of here. I can't cast you. Bringing these in. I don't know. Do I care? The Inkwell is something I could or could not have. This is like just there to copy opposing recalls. In our deck, it's not very good. Just roll with this. I'm not cutting Desire. That's not. That one's not happening. The other Tinker target is basically the Bolas' Citadel. And it's in this deck, I feel like Bolas' Citadel is untap and win the game. I'm pretty sure we win from any position where we have Citadel and don't have like a land stuck on top, you know? So what if I just do this and add lands? Could probably cut one more card for another basic here. V-click. Yeah, Inkwell is like attacking and blocking. That's weird. I don't know about that one. Cutting V-click for one more basic might be fine. I don't think we're gonna need, like, it's best as disruption. Like it's good disruption. Inkwell would be a lot better if our deck contained 3 time walks, alright? Let's put it that way. If this was our previous deck, this card would be really good. That seems fine. 10 blue sources, 7 black sources. This deck's gonna implode at least 2 games. We're 100% imploding. Ashiok is also like a free cut I could have made, but Ashiok is just such an annoyance in this thing. Like, I feel like there's just going to be the games where we play Ashiok on 2 and our opponent goes, excuse me, and then dies.
I see.
Welcome, welcome. Glad that you got to at least get a peek at draft 1.
Yeah, I didn't get to see much at all of it. I only peeked in for like a second, but that deck seemed pretty buck nasty.
Yeah, there was a point where I cast Time Walk 3 turns in a row.
Seems pretty good. I have heard historically that that's a pretty strong move to do.
There was an opening hand that was a couple lands and 3 ancestral recalls.
That seems all right.
It's like, I guess. Answers to creatures on board. We don't care.
Who's playing creatures?
Urza? Yo, is this turn 1 Tinker?
That's turn 1 Tinker, yeah. Easy. I mean, that's Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Grim Monolith, all of these combined with yeah. This is what? So you play Island, Mana Crypt,
Tinker,
Tinker, sack Mana Crypt.
go to town, like. I'm gonna play a Mana Vault here. And the reasoning for this is Spell Pierce exists. That's the entire reasoning for this. Alright, so Bolus is Citadel on turn 1. Yeah, I'll play that Mox.
Seems okay.
Let's play that Monocrypt. That's Mystical Tutor. Just go ahead and put Desire on top.
Okay, so this is a storm deck
Yeah.
for both Brain Freeze and Mind's Desire into Brain Freeze, probably.
I can't frantic search first. Hold on. Yeah. Storm count 8. So this is turn 1. Just so you know.
Yeah. Seems okay. I feel like this deck might be pretty good. Maybe.
Well,
Oh, sweetie, Ogswell.
cast Ashiok. Let's see some cards from our opponent's deck. Okay. Let's go ahead and brainstorm. No, I should frantic search first. Discard some land here. And then we get to Mind Twist for 0 on you.
So we're digging for
Brain Freeze.
Brain Freeze at this point, yeah.
Cast Hull Breacher. Yep. Yeah, okay, fine. Cast a Mox. Cast a Brainstorm. Let's go ahead and put LED and Thoughtseize on top. Thoughts. Actually, I can't cast that. Shit. It's fine. Cast Yogg's Will. Cast Mystical Tutor. Brain Freeze on top. Brain Freeze targeting you.
For 17. 18 casts of Brain Freeze.
Alright, do you have an Eldrazi? I guess if you have an Eldrazi, this looks really bad, right?
Oh, it's game 1. Who cares?
Yeah. This is turn 1. Okay. This is turn 1.
So, Vintage Supreme seems like a hell of a format.
I even like messed that one up super bad, like putting the Thoughtseize on top when I should have just. Anyway, this rules.
Yeah, nice. Turn 1 dug through 26 cards of your deck and beat your opponent.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Do you think they'll let you be on the play?
I don't think I can keep this. The Bolus's Citadel in the hand is the actual issue. Like, I have a turn 2 Tinker here, but Bolus's Citadel in my hand is garbage. We can do better. What the fuck is this? What am I looking at?
You're looking at
Somebody help.
turn 1 Grim Monolith into
This
very little
is
else.
Nothing. Okay. Let's play slow ass Magic here. Extremely slow Magic. Normal Magic.
And then this turn, you lose to Storm.
At least if they're trying to storm me with Brain Freeze, they'll fail. Okay. What do we got? Are we countering this? Yeah, we're countering it. Okay, countering Inquisition. That sets them back a little bit and gets a card out of their hand. So I'm fine with that outcome. That sets them back a little bit and does get a card. It's not the best card, obviously, but I like the outcome. I don't like this hand a lot. There's a lot of not good stuff. Hopefully Brainstorm fixes things next turn. They recall themselves. Yeah, they've got, like, recalls. We don't have those. All right, here we go. Main phase Brainstorm that might lock us out of... Yep, okay. Boy, howdy, our next couple turns are going to suck. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. Baral beatdown.
20 turns to victory.
Oh shit.
I see.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm.
Ah, Grizzer.
Hey! I love this shit. I love this shit so much. Okay, for us to beat this deck, we kind of have to combo off on one, huh? Uh-huh.
Basically, you need to be able to circumvent their counter suite, and yeah.
Okay. You want to look at my hand? Yep. There are cards in it. Oh, but they don't have anything either. Okay. Yep. Baral beatdown. This is another part of vintage.
This is genuinely a big part of vintage of the 1/1 fucking attacks you for 20 turns in a row because neither of you can do anything.
Oh my god, Yogsville. Alright, you've got 2 recalls down there. Uh-huh. They're not going to be killing us with this, but they are going to be ancestral recalling for the 4th time in a game. So that's fun. You have the reanimate? Hell yeah. You only have 8 life.
Do it. Do it. Activate it. Go for it. Pay 7 life.
Pay 7 life. Thoughtseize? Yup. Lose my LED, which is fine. I was holding it for Storm Count and for Frantic Search. Those were the 2 reasons. So there's a Grizzlebrand in play.
Yeah, weirdly enough, there's more text on Grizzlebrand than pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. It's also a 8 mana 7/7 flyer with lifelink. It's easy to forget about that.
Ashiok? Eh? Detutor Duress Mox. Okay. At this rate, if I draw Brain Freeze, I might be able to kill them by casting it on their turn randomly. Like, that is a legitimate concern for their 13 card deck. You know? Okay. Leovold? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Ah! No.
There goes your AI.
Yeah, alright. Let's move on. That was my only out. Okay, I think I might want expansion in here to copy their, if only just to counter their, like, counter spells, or even their, copy their counter spells, or copy their, recall. What do I not care about here? Expansion targeting reanimate to steal the reanimate? Yeah. Hmm.
This has turn 2 Tinker.
Yeah, we keep this.
And you can also, if you tinker up the Bolus of Citadel, then brainstorm onto the Emrakul on top.
And just
Then you could just play Emrakul.
kill him. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. The only problem is that the Force will require the brainstorm if you don't draw another blue spell.
Yeah, I can only play this on their turn, by the way, just as a for people not familiar with
Oh,
this
interesting.
one.
Okay.
So I can use it to block like a discard spell if they go for one. Which I will.
Because otherwise they're just targeting the Emrakul.
What? They're thoughts using my Tinker.
Oh, right. Yeah, Tinker.
Are you kidding?
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, no. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot. I was thinking in regular Magic terms, and honestly, it's probably the Tinker anyway in that situation. Tinker's a fucked up card.
Yeah, the Emrakul's like kind of unnecessary and doesn't really do anything here. Tinker. Me not playing the land here is a little greedy, just as a heads up. They can spell pierce this, but I want to be able to play a land off the top. What was his Citadel? And alt. Mock Sapphire. Desire for 4?
It's not bad.
Sure. Roll. Mind Twist. LED. Hull Breacher.
Hull Breacher. Okay.
Mind Twist targeting you. Roll. Hull Breacher.
Bolus of Citadel is a wild card. That is an outrageously powerful card for like when they made it.
And then we're gonna Frantic Search. Actually, we don't even need that. Discard. I'm gonna discard Emrakul to get my deck back filled up.
Sounds like a plan. Plus, if there's something relevant, you can also just cast off of Bolus Citadel again.
All right, and that is the end of my available turn here.
It's a good turn too. It's not as good as Game 1's turn 1, but it's pretty good still.
Yeah. I'm happy to have Hull Breacher in play. This card's a pain in the ass in this format. Holy shit.
That's yeah, that's the replace card draw with making treasures.
Yes. Okay.
It's a super rude card to play Time Twister onto. Not Time Twister, what is it? Time Spiral.
All right.
Wait, no, it is Time Twister I'm thinking of.
Mystical Tutor for anything. We don't have a graveyard right now, so just grab Time Spiral here. They lose with this card resolving. This is
Yeah, they need to have counterspell proper here.
This is a must counter. I should have tapped my lands first, but didn't. Yeah, because the whole breacher prevents the draws. This is a must counter, right? Like they're going to mana drain. Oh, wow. I'm going to 1 life. We can't tap Mana Vault anymore. Goodbye, Yogswill. Let's deal damage to our opponent. We can gain some life soon.
Vintage does such weird shit to, like, what is an important phase of the game? Where, like, oh yeah, we did all of this, and then as a complete afterthought, oh yeah, we can also attack our opponent, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if I want to deal damage. Okay, so we'll draw a Tinker soon, which isn't really anything, but, you know. Ashiok, Exile 3. This is where they flash in a Snapcaster at end step and kill us, right? Like... Damn it.
Snaps for Yogg's will
No.
to get everything else, or...
Our life total.
Oh, flash in Snapcaster to attack you. Okay.
Deal damage.
Mm-hmm, right.
Alright, so Citadel is sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 2 more non-land permanents. Can make a Grizzlebrand. I would need to make 1 more.
Grizzlebrand would also, you know, make it so you don't die to damage, but you're probably not dying to damage regardless, so...
I guess here's my play.
Sack the Tinker with, the Mana Vault with this, yeah.
Baleful Strix. Okay. Mana loss warning.
All right. Well, if your opponent doesn't have any way to deal with this, they lose next turn. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think they lose on the spot here.
Oh, do you have 10? Okay, my bad.
Choose 10. Yes, sacrifice Bolus's Citadel to its own ability.
Yeah, so to be able to survive here, they'd have to counter a target activated ability,
Yes.
which is hard. But there are a few cards that do it, so...
Or burn me in response.
Yeah.
God, oh my god, they could have drawn Collective Brutality and killed me.
Nice.
Imagine if they drew Collective Brutality and killed me. Just drain 2, you die.
Just willingly went down to 1 life with no hesitation whatsoever. survived and killed your opponent by sacrificing everything that you had on board. This is just the vintage version of Greater Gargadon, is what this is.
Yeah. I exiled Fire Ice. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't have red mana. You can't crack LED to cast a spell in your hand. It's not. You have to, like, Yogg's Will, crack it on the stack, and then cast it from the grave, which they also could just do. This deck owns. This deck is, like, weirdly powerful in a very different direction from other decks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our first deck was not... I have to mulligan this.
This end, you don't have to mulligan because that's Mystical Tutor for...
for Tinker. And then...
For Tinker. Yeah. And you can brainstorm... You can, You don't have the double blue. To do everything on the same time.
Not this turn. I would have to wait a turn to do it. So I think I just, like, Underground Sea, Mystical Tutor, and then... I'm gonna... put...
Well, my question is... Alright, you would need 3 blue to be able... Yeah, okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. You tutor out for the Tinker, sure.
This is weird, but this is what we're doing. There's probably some oozes that are close to that. Fruit. Pulsating Mass. Okay, our opponent's on a mull of 5, which is also extremely good.
On the other hand, they kept a 5, so that might mean that they have what they need.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they also could have some bullshit.
Or maybe they don't have anything.
Give me Tinker, please.
How powerful is our opponent?
Cast Mana Crypt. Play Tinker. Don't play a land, so that Bolus's Citadel can play a land off the top. Bolus's Citadel, land off the top. Brainstorm? Grim Monolith.
Yawgmoth's Will lets you...
I probably just pass.
I think so, because like that doesn't actually do anything right now, because it just lets you cast the Mana Crypt again, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have the colored mana to do anything else.
Well, next turn I can just Mind Twist for 6. We can find out what our opponent's doing. Okay.
I believe your opponent is playing an entirely different format.
Oh my god.
Oh, that explains why. That tracks.
Okay.
They kept a hand with 2 Soul Rings but no lands.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Mind Twist for your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Concede in response makes sense here because they just don't want us to know what their hand is.
The Mind Twist was on the top of your deck at one point. Like, it was visible, technically speaking, to them as well.
Yeah. I love this garbage. This is incredible nonsense.
Hey, Storm is normally a legacy thing, but guess what? Vintage can do it even more messed up.
Turn 2 again?
Yep.
I wish I had a blue spell for Force.
Force. Mm-hmm.
But I see turn 2. I'm not going to not take it.
You're on the draw. You might actually get it.
Yeah. They mulled the 5 again. Pretty good mull the 5. I'll do it if I have to. You know?
Yep. Hey, the good news is that it was going to exile itself anyway.
Yeah. Tinker?
They do have 2 Sol Rings, like, and they are
Tinker?
could absolutely be Tinker.
Oh, hell
Okay.
no. Oh, wait, oh god, I can't force that.
Oh, right, because it's a non-creature that you care about.
Shit.
I guess it was the correct.
No,
they would have just taken
no.
the Grim Monolith.
Right, they would have
thing,
taken the Grim Monolith if they have enough mana to do so.
Yeah, okay.
Draw Mox. Shit.
That's really bad.
Worst possible, huh?
Actual worst possible draw.
Oof.
Hey, for what it's worth, it was the worst possible draw last turn.
Yeah, right. Like, that would have screwed me no matter what our opponent did here.
Yes.
That's
really fucking bad, damn. You need Brainstorm now, is what you need.
I didn't realize our deck, there's a term that I kind of enjoy from a different card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! They use the term garnet to mean cards that you never want to draw. It is a reference to the card Gem Knight Garnet, which was used with a fusion spell that allowed you to fuse from your deck, but not your hand. So if you ever drew Gem Knight Garnet, you were completely fucked. Like, your entire deck failed to function, and, like, you were screwed. This here is extremely a Garnet. We are just sitting here with this useless gem that will not do anything for us. We do have do you have 1 Brainstorm? God, am I just going to, like, get to Emrakul hardcast? Is that the actual plan here? But yeah, it's a much rarer thing in Magic to include cards in your deck that you do not want to draw. So there isn't really a equivalent term for, you know, a Garnet in Magic. Because usually if you draw a card, you can cast it. I'm trying to think of equivalent of, like, other decks that might have things like that you just never want to draw. Panglacial Worm you can cast if you draw. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, Panglacial Worm doesn't cost any more or less when you play it from your library.
And
it's
for
not
us,
free.
And obviously we can cast Bolus's Citadel, but not
extremely
reasonably.
Hard, though.
It's not a hard Garnet, I suppose. A+. Would let this resolve every time. I don't like giving them 7 cards, but, like, we're not winning this game if I don't let this resolve, right? Yeah, we just let that happen. I feel bad about it, but, like, holy shit. Yeah, okay. All right.
Kind of a shame that this is actually a problem. Like, Emrakul being this card is actually a big problem, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to go off this turn.
Yeah.
If you hadn't.
If I draw... Okay, and then they're going to start... They're probably going to go off. Like, again, they're a deck that goes off. I see a Brain Freeze over there. But yeah, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, decks can include, like, 3 to 4 Garnet-style cards just in the main. Generally, these days, they're not, like, hard in the sense that they're uncastable if drawn, or unusable if drawn, like Garnet was. Gem Knight Garnet was literally unusable if you drew it, because the fusion literally only let you fuse from deck. Whereas, like, current decks that use Red Eyes fusion can fuse from hand. or Psyframe Driver can be removed from your hand or summoned from your hand.
All right, makes sense.
Sure.
I just looked up what the card itself was too. It's just a 4-star
Yep.
or 5-star 1900 power and nothing else creature on its own. It's garbage.
It's
otherwise.
garbage. You're never using it for anything. You use it because there's a fusion spell that lets you fuse from deck. Specifically, the fusion spell that lets you fuse from deck fuses a Gem Knight with any light type monster. So you can use it as a way to tutor any light type to your grave by sending Garnet and another card. And the fusion it summoned allowed you to have a second normal summon, which also was very, very useful. All right, well, they have a clock.
A not insignificant amount of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, from what I understand, is circumventing the whole only being able to cast one monster per turn.
There's no such thing as a deck that like normal summons once, and like
yeah,
that,
exactly.
Like if there is, it's usually a deck that's all about disrupting opponents that do things like that. So I enjoy having the Yu-Gi-Oh discussion over this game of Vintage. It feels somehow
it's pretty appropriate.
correct.
Yeah.
Our opponent we combo off on one and they die. Our opponent comboing off into, like, it sucks is, like, again, I could have forced the wheel, right? But I don't think I win the game where I do that because they just, like, I needed to draw, like, super live stuff and they had a clock on board at me. Like, I don't think we win that game. I think sooner or later we just die. So, all right, dig through time. What are we looking to draw here? Just Brain Freeze? Do we just win off drawing Brain Freeze? Tinker, Brain Freeze.
Mox Sapphire, LED, Baleful Strix, Yawgmoth's Will, Brain Freeze. That's 18. Yeah. You win off of Brain Freeze.
Desire, we could cast from Yard. Good news. If they're trying to win through Brain Freeze, this is going to fail. They already saw that, so they must have a different plan here. Right?
I would assume that they're rocking either Tendrils or Grape Shot or something.
Oh shit, Warrens?
Or Warrens, yeah. It could be Warrens too. And that double works with the Time Warp in their deck, if that's the case.
Interesting. They just wield when there's an active Yogg's Will. Alright.
That exiles everything in their grave, right? So
yes. Well, exiles everything they discard.
Right, yeah.
Snapcaster, Memory Jar, Force. So they have a full hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting pretty close to just hard casting this Emmercruel.
Good news, you have a Force and a thing to discard the Force, so you can
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend it until we see the payoff card.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for.
Oh my god, this happens to
We're fine.
Oh right.
We're fine.
Yeah, okay,
We're fine. This would kill us.
If we didn't have the brainstorm to yeah, okay.
We're good. Everything's fine. I like their play. That actually was very heads up of them. Like, they tried to catch it in the Pokeball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And catching it in the Pokeball is the reason I say catching in the Pokeball is I had a game where my opponent had one of these and I was trying to catch it in a memory jar, just put it in their hand and then mill them out.
Right.
Here they might, get like a reasonable amount of our grave deck into the grave. Yeah. So they actually do get a lot of our deck into the grave here, but like I can frantic search to fix this at any point.
If you draw the Emrakul again, you can just frantic search and then drop it back in, and then bam, you're good to go again.
Yep. So we're fine. I'm also just gonna
I-
mind twist them for their entire hand here.
Yeah. Now they might actually consider this just, they've got 3 damage on board. They might be able to kill you at this point. That we don't really know.
That's a super good draw.
The Tinker's in your grave already, I think.
Yeah. It'll be no. I mean, I think it's a super good draw because we can hold it for
Right, yeah.
the post world.
How many Yogg's Wills are in the grave?
None.
Okay, you've got both in
None?
your deck still. That's nice.
Wait.
So your deck has 2 Yawgmoth's Wills and an Emrakul, and that's three other cards.
I just go off right now then, right?
I think so, yeah, right? Like,
Because I can mystical
There-
tutor for Yawgmoth's Will.
and then you have the LEDs in your grave, and yeah, I feel like that's right, yeah. Because you haven't cast one yet. You haven't exiled anything. Your entire deck is still accessible.
Brain Freeze is still in the deck. So we discard. I don't discard the Emrakul here.
Yeah, no, you want to not get rid of your at this point, like most of the time, your graveyard is your hand right now.
Okay. LED is free. Get back out here. Mock Sapphire's free. Monochrome.
So you need to brainstorm Emrakul back on top.
Yes.
You need to do that because otherwise you'll discard to LED and then you won't be able to go off again.
No, it'll get exiled.
Right. Oh, okay. Never mind.
From here, I just brainstorm, right? Like that's. Oh, wow. Okay, I should have mystical tutored first.
I actually, your last card in deck was Brain Freeze.
I know.
Your literal last card. That's very impressive.
So we mystical tutor.
So you're gonna have to mystical tutor and then frantic search again.
How do I get the blue? We have to desire.
Wild. Okay.
Because, like, I won't have it in hand. If I frantic search, it'll go removed. So we have to go desire. That's fine. That's fine.
Zero cards on hand, 0 cards in deck.
If we cast Emrakul, I lose.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Same targets. 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 Same targets.
One of the nicest things about Yawgmoth's Will is that, and basically everything else about these kinds of storm decks, So long as you have a little bit of wiggle room in your resources, it's actually very hard to mess up.
Bulldozer, if we cast Tutor from Yard and then Frantic Search, I draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. I don't have a hand right now. Like, like I won't actually draw the card. There's no in between. Can I force a draw out of my opponent?
I don't think so off of what you have in hand.
No.
So you're just gonna have to let them go to their turn and then they draw and die.
All right.
I'll be entirely honest. It really feels like picking one of the Eldrazi's is a very strong move in this, just to have that reshuffle back in clause.
Yeah, no.
I won the match, I say, with 0 cards in hand and 0 cards in library.
Victory.
That's victory, all right. Ugh, this deck is stupid.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, Frantic Search to untap. It's fine. Like, we had 1,000 different lines. Yes, there were more correct ones, but we got there. When it's Storm, there's always 1,000 lines. I'm just trying to find ones that function. This is not a hand that functions. That's not a card in the cube, though. There's like, I don't think that them having time stop was something I needed to play around. Because that card's unplayable in almost every other situation. Anyway. If they had Ancestral, they would have beat us. I probably should have thought seized them to play around that. But I didn't even, I was just like, I just want to end my turn here. It's fine. Anyway, what do we get? What do we learn? Nothing. I learned nothing. Okay. Good card. A Braid's pretty good in this. Tell me more.
Jace.
Venser.
Venser. Wandering Fumarole. Their deck feels a little bit too fair.
Fumarole means that they wanted red fixing. Okay, 3 colors. My plan is to next turn try to desire for like 4. Maybe not that much. We'd have to actually draw some pretty nice stuff off the Storm, but we have a lot to do that into. So, they're looting. Okay, discard a land. Ashiok's the most annoying card in the world in this cube. It's just such a pain in the ass. Like, I don't know what you do about this dumbass card.
It's so wild how good Ashiok is in these high-powered, limited environments.
Cryptic bounce Ashiok. Repeal. I accept.
Because when Ashiok was printed, I feel like they were kind of unassuming.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's really good in very specific circumstances. They're really, really good and very, yeah.
So let's put Time Spiral back in the deck. Hull Breacher back in the deck. Yeah, we have the combo, but I'm playing Desire this turn for 4.
Which will hit both of them as well, right?
The hope, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. You shuffle with Mind's Desire, right?
Yep. My Desire shuffles after every one.
There's no controlling what you Mind's Desire unless your deck is tiny.
Yes. That's nice.
Okay. It's actually a pretty good one to hit.
Don't hate seeing
That's also not
footsies.
2 lands is a little annoying.
Suppose I should have drawn the card first. Bob
Yeah,
Force.
your opponent's deck is really fair looking.
I don't have a good answer to Bob.
No, what the good answer to Bob is that they kill themselves on Bob. It's fine.
That never happens. um, Duress is annoying. I don't want that to resolve, but just thinking a bunch about different lines here. Okay, I don't know if I just draw back another Hull Breacher. Okay. That was a less than desirable desire, but I didn't put too much effort into it.
You still got 2 hits off of it, I guess. 3 because you hadn't played land yet.
Yeah. Okay. Discarded the Blood Crypt. Their hand is Duress, Force, Confidant, 2 unknown. This is Duress. I can force it if I wanted.
Yeah, you could, but honestly, do you care to?
It protects Ashiok, that's all. How all in on Ashiok am I right now?
I feel like you're not actually that all in on Ashiok. I mean, it's your primary, it's the thing in your hand right now. But your opponent isn't going super fast, you know?
I can Duress again. Yeah. Let's let this resolve. They can flashback the Duress if they have another Black Source.
And now we'll get the force regardless, so it would happen no matter what, you know?
This way I keep the Hull Breacher. Okay, let's land. What's your other unknown? Not Mind Sculptor. No, I removed your. No, you could have multiple. Shit. Yeah. Right.
Planeswalker Legend rule. It's different now.
That I could have forced, but instead I kind of want to resolve Hull Breacher. Is my thought process here?
Mm.
Or If they force this, that's the exact same outcome in my mind.
The only difference is they kept one card. That's it.
Okay. Bob's still around. Yeah, sadly they know about the Hull Breacher, so it's going to be much harder to catch them with it, but using up their force is nice. That means we might be able to. What the hell's this?
Consecrated Sphinx. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to resolve that.
Your opponent is disconnected. So, no, Consecrated Sphinx is a May. You can choose not to do it. Well, here we are. Okay, they're back. Had to wiggle a bit. Okay. So they read the card. So they can't. I don't care about Lotus here. That doesn't do anything. So they can't Jace 0. And Hull Breacher means that Consecrated Sphinx is just sort of off for a while.
Yeah, Hull Breacher means that you draw a card, you get two treasure tokens. So
Okay, they're
of
casting
course
Duress
it's
at
a May
me.
for them, but yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
And they may choose to do it on your turn anyway, because it still will give them
And here's the
one
true
extra card.
power. Fucking Jace.
Oh yeah, the fate seal that he has.
Mm-hmm. So I played.
Speaking of annoying cards, it's annoying you into submission.
Hmm. 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 Uh-huh.
Your only real chance of circumventing that is when they surveil one, and then, or rather they fate seal you one, and then they put one on bottom, because then they don't know what's on your top.
So I'm not worrying about using Baleful Strix as a blocker because they can turn off.
Mm. Ah,
Yep.
that emblem says mill 5 cards.
Yeah, that's fine. So here's the thing. I'm actually fine with them attacking and killing. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. I think I know what my win con here is.
I mean, this is seeming pretty bad if you ask me.
Oh,
So
very bad.
yeah.
Extremely. But I have an idea. And that idea is our opponent can't count the cards in their deck.
11. Is it allowing them to draw too many cards and then you like draw brain freeze?
Basically, that's the only out we have is like that within the next 2 turns. That's literally all we have.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that that's just fine. Assuming that your opponent can't count is the hell of a win condition.
The thing is, I don't have any other win conditions here.
I know you don't, but I'm just
Like,
saying that it's.
what?
I would not have said I'm completely fine with this. This is okay. I think it's still really bad, dog.
Incredibly. But I haven't given up hope. That's what I mean.
The sheer confidence in that was threw me off because I was like, "What in the world were you doing?" And it's just, no, we're just hoping that they let themselves loose.
We also have the problem of like Jace, you know, killing us. This crypt will sooner or later kill us.
LED 2.
Uh-huh. The sequel to LED. They have 6 cards in deck. And you can't counter Brain Freeze. The only plan you have is the best plan by default. It's true. Uh-huh. I'm not even looking to see if they're topping or bottoming the Jace card because I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter actually.
We can't change the actions that I take based on any information like that, so.
So this is a vintage game that got up to turn 9. Turn 10, really, because it's going to be your turn and then theirs again.
Yeah. I went out on the desire and it didn't pay off enough. It was kind of the end result on this. But I don't know if I had alternate lines at the time that were better with how our opponent...
I don't think so, really, no.
Like, specifically with our opponent not having a lot of action at the time, I wanted to push.
Now, let's be entirely fair. Consecrated Sphinx is not a small attack. That's a 4/6.
Yes.
That thing is big.
This ain't no small.
Yeah. That is a big creature that can kill you pretty easy. It's not quite 1 in 20. You have more chances there are more cards in your deck that will help you get to...
I don't think anything else resolves is the thing. Okay.
Alright, fair.
Okay. That's fine. Let's move on. Okay, control. I want this expansion in here. This actually seems like it could work well against their suite of spells. You can't counter a force with it. You can't counter... But you can counter, like even just discard spells would be nice to throw back at them. Hull Breacher is nice. What do I not want in this matchup? I got Baral. Baral's been very subpar.
You've actually not been casting spells in your Storm Off all that much, all things considered. You're mostly just playing them through what do you call it? Through Citadel.
Yeah.
All right, so you got the chance to Thoughtseize away there, Jace.
Yep. Or they're Bob, depending on our draw.
Venser.
Hmm.
Venser is actually really. I think the Jace is a bigger target over Venser, but Venser is actually really annoying to someone who wants to cheat a big artifact onto the table.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about taking Confidant here, because the Jace isn't happening for multiple turns. They don't even have double blue yet. They will by 4, but, like,
Yeah.
the problem here is that Confidant is unanswerable and is almost the same amount, if not more, advantage, right?
That's fair.
It sucks. I don't like this. I don't like leaving them with a damn,
Jace, the Mind Sculptor.
yeah, I don't like leaving a Jace the Mind Sculptor in my opponent's hand.
But it makes sense because
But I feel like
who's playing creature removal?
right. Okay, there's the swamp. Oh, come
that's
on.
really good, but all we need is one of our million artifacts.
Okay. Okay.
My kingdom for a Mox. Wow.
Holy shit.
Rude.
Damn. That's what we call bad news. Yeah, they're just gonna leave up
That
Venser.
is one of the million artifacts in the deck. I am sorry. That did happen right now.
If we draw, this is just Venser end step, bounce a land. Yeah, easy choice. Just get some power on the board.
I guess a swamp is not the worst draw anymore, but also, or do you think you're going to be able to resolve Bolas' Citadel just by casting it?
It's possible. They've used their hand right now is well. The thing is, they have an Abrade, so like even resolving it isn't actually that good, right? Like we resolve it, they immediately kill it. I want you to recall. Give me 3 cards. Oh no, are you Sphinxing? Or are you just leaving up a braid while you chase? Yeah, this is just leaving up a braid while they chase. Ooh, more Moxes. Well, if I can resolve Time Spiral, I'll feel pretty decent. Yeah, they were playing around Hull Breacher, leaving up the Abrade. They don't know what's in our hand right now, so they're playing safe. Of course, sadly, our hand is not great. We saw Force of Will out of them. Okay. No, because a braid kills that, and they just abrade it. I have to assume that they still haven't found a counterspell. Also, I'm not running Citadel into that. Get out of here, Dak. Discarding Jace number 2. Okay. Ooh. 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 Ooh, is this enough? If I can catch them casting 2 or 3 spells, I think that's enough. Especially if they keep, Dak activating. Yeah. Okay, they're gonna duress me. That's their first spell. They're gonna Jace. Duress. I don't like duress being their first spell. That sucks. How do we do this? Okay. If I copy the duress, that might get them to do something else in response. I don't think this is enough. Same targets.
Repeal Lotus Abrade.
Damn.
I mean, of these, there's actually 2 ways to deal with artifacts in their hand.
I get rid of the abrade.
Yeah, because that's the permanent one at least.
This isn't enough. Force Will, Mana Drain. I see Dak down there.
It's not like you're out of it though. Like all you need really to do is resolve that time spiral would help. That's gonna dig them 7 deeper in.
Right. Well,
Although their graveyard comes back in, right?
Yeah, throws a grave back. Especially knowing their hand. I know they still have a Jace activation, so.
Yogg's will would also help. That's another 6 off of them.
So they can't give us black mana. They can't give us Yogg's Will. They probably can't give us artifacts. Their hand right now is Lotus Repeal. Hmm. All right. I think I don't have a black source that's an artifact in the deck. Okay, so this is the anti-Citadel play from them. Shit. Well, let's force them to do it. So they're going to repeal this. I get first activation. So now I think they repeal it here. Oh, no.
Are you going to just let us do this, buddy?
If you let us cast Yogg's Will, this game ends on the spot.
Yeah, the game literally ends at that very second. Because you just activate LED and go grab Brain Freeze and they lose.
If this card resolves, this game ends.
Yep, because the Yogg's will be cast regardless if they don't bounce it.
Like, they have the out.
Yeah, no, they should absolutely have the ability to to get you here. This should be viable. And here it comes.
Yeah, okay, they're gonna use it. They have to break the Lotus, but like that's
worth
okay.
It. That's what Lotus is for. Nice Wooberg, Wooberg, buddy.
There's no way you're letting this resolve.
Unbelievable. All right, they lose.
You lose?
Yeah, because now no matter what they do, you can still just cast the Yogg's Will with this, right? So.
Yeah, so a Yogg's Will hold priority. What is what is hold priority in this client? Is it control? It doesn't matter.
Then with LED, yeah, okay. Triple blue. Yep, there we go. Now there's nothing they can do. They only have the repeal in hand. There's nothing they can do about this.
Yes, this is over.
They can't counter Yogg's Will into your hand like this, right?
No, if they had enough mana, they could pick up Venser. That might be the play they're looking at. Oh, did I mess up by making blue off that? I needed to make black. I might have messed up by making blue off that instead of black. Yeah, because now they Venser it back to my hand. No?
No, I think that they think that this means that Yogg's Will is going to fizzle. When that's the time for that is already passed, buddy.
They actually had the stop on me. They could have blocked this.
Mm-hmm.
LED. Okay, yeah, they actually had the stop there. I misplayed. So what I should have done is I needed to make black mana off of the LED.
Yes, because you had the other you could have the LED come back. Right. I
Right.
see where it did go wrong, but thankfully they did not notice that they had the out.
Right, they had the out. I'm just gonna put this card in the deck right now, you know. Just gonna, it's fine.
As just another target for
I'm sick of
for Tinker.
Also, if they can't answer it and they're a slow deck, like if I play this ends the game.
Yeah, it's a 7/11 Island Walk Trampler. They'd play Island, so this thing is also unblockable.
This is worse than I thought.
Yeah, the only thing it hit was that duress, and it didn't do that much. It got rid of an Abrade.
Yeah.
Which, okay, for what it's worth, it getting rid of the Abrade was actually relevant because they would have abraded that immediately, I think.
Can't keep that. This also doesn't do anything.
Yeah. This is okay. It needs to draw blue.
Yeah, which I'll keep it based on that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put Desire in a Vault down.
Yeah, because you already have the two things to sack. Plus, you can turn one Thoughtseize, and that's not bad either.
Yeah, if I draw a Mock Sapphire, we go off on one.
Mm-hmm.
Jace? There's Jace. All right. Okay, Mock Sapphire's best top deck. Don't you dare deck.
Unbelievable.
I swear to God.
If you draw in the next turn,
We know, right?
Bolus's Citadel, it's... I mean, Impulse is just grab 1 out of 4, right?
Yeah.
So this is, I think, the only relevant one to get rid of is Venser. So I do think it's relevant to get rid of Venser. Venser is pretty good.
We're just going to do this, and the moment I draw a blue source, we get to tinker.
You've got a lot of blue sources in your deck.
10 of them, in fact.
Mm-hmm. You've got it just under 1 and 3.
We all know what the top card of the deck is, though, right?
Yeah,
Every single person watching this video knows what the top card of our deck is right now, right?
1000%.
Like, there isn't a question here. I know it. You know it. Okay. It's Island.
I was genuinely dreading the Bolus's Citadel.
All right, I'm gonna.
All right, so they had one draw chance to get a counterspell here. Is the only thing that they had. So I feel like that's relatively unlikely.
It would have to be Mana Leak or
Miscalc.
Miscalc, and they can't do that to stop us.
Mm-hmm.
A Braid would be their best draw. Would have been. Well, all right.
Bolus's Citadel doesn't do anything this turn. Okay.
It's annoying because it gives them more time to impulse for a Braid, right?
Mm-hmm. For what it's worth, buddy, there was no difference between doing it there at your end of main versus doing it at end step here, but
They want to be certain, you know.
yeah.
Okay. A Braid is worst possible, and they had 5.
They did dig 4.
They get 6 looks. They get 4 plus Jace.
That's not red. They're gonna generate here, but that's 4. Yeah, they would have chased. Okay.
Okay. Jace searches for it, but they don't have the mana anymore. So this resolves. Okay.
So you can play a land off the top if you draw one. If there's on one at the top. And
yeah. The problem is it's very high likelihood that they find a Braid in their next turn. Because they have like, oh shit, they might have it right now. Swamp off the top, Baleful Strix off the top. That's fine.
That's actually really good. Yeah. Now you have got shields against Braid, right? Because
yeah, they would have to Jace plus and get rid of that.
Mm-hmm. You're also just getting really close to just casting Inkwell Leviathan.
2 more to
Yeah,
mana?
you need 1 more mana. An piece of artifact mana, especially, would do it easy.
Okay, so this flips the Jace.
Because there's nothing they can do about Inkwell Leviathan. Like everything that they have is it targets basically.
Yeah. Okay, flashback impulse. I will allow flashback impulse, I think. Well, actually, I might want to counter that because they can plus the Jace to get rid of the Force of Will.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, yeah.
Oh. You want super freaking good top of deck cards.
They get rid of that, right?
They don't get to.
Oh, did they? Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
They can't possibly. Crack Lotus.
Counterspell. Remand. That just lets you. That's fine. That's actually a-okay.
You want to hold on and give me a treasure first?
Yeah, and then on top of that, you could then just ditch the Inkwell Leviathan to do it again anyway.
I don't even need to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will allow the impulse to resolve. Because now the force is in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, whatever they grab, I'll just counter that. Also, this is now the mana for Inkwell next turn.
What an interesting way to ramp.
So Jace can't 0 anymore. Jace can't anything. Jace is dead.
Yeah, you just kill Jace at this point. Ooh, hello.
Kind of want to draw that.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Let's start things off with kill Jace. I think I just play Darkslick Shore's Pass here.
Not. Oh yeah, because you're keeping the Inkwell Leviathan just in case.
Yeah. I want to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
If they storm off on their turn, we can just fire the Brain Freeze. Fetch. Ooh, I have to be wary of my life total. I probably shouldn't be attacking with Baleful Strikes. I'm at 8. They have a Wandering Fumarole that's going to attack for 4. That's actually their best play this turn. Attack me for 4. Do they see it? I think they see it.
That is yup, activate and then swap it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's their best play by a mile.
So now all they need to do is sneak one more of those in and you're dead. And you also can't activate Bolus at all as much.
Yeah, I get to play free lands off it and, like, artifact mana. But I won't play Mana Crypt anymore. Next turn I just cast Inkwell. Alright, let's
Dang, actually, it is a huge shame that we didn't leave the Strix back, because that would actually be a really nice thing to rip off the top of that.
They would have minused it. I wouldn't be able to kill the
Mm-hmm.
Let's kill that Jace, and then I guess let's play Inkwell. So let's kill Jace. And now Inkwell is our clock.
Dead in 3 turns.
Yep. And I have a Force of Will to back up this. Okay.
Oh,
we got there. That was a tough one. I'm kind of glad.
it's wild that the fairest deck that you went up against was the hardest one to deal with, because you just didn't have good opening hands in any game.
This is, like, I think what this is that, like, the power of, like, the powerful decks is on, like, Yomi layer, like, 12, right? Like, we're at the point where we're not even main decking creature removal. Who's going to play a creature, right?
Yeah.
But that means that the strategies on, like, Yomi layer 1 that are just a normal deck with fast mana still work. because like we're not tuned for that. I'm tuned for the weird mirror.
It's true.
I'm tuned for like my opponent doing some bullshit and me doing it back. It's great. Let's open some.
Makes this a very interesting format.
It makes this a just incredibly strange format, and I can't wait to do some more of it. Even though, like, obviously it feels like, oh, all these decks are the same, right? No, they're not. I'll open up these. Yes, open all chests. My deck isn't only good in the mirror, it's just tuned for the mirror. As you saw, we beat them, We won that match.
In fact, remember that this deck, kind of regardless of what can happen, won on turn 1 in the first game. Like, that's hard to deal with against any deck.
This sure was a card.
Every deck is a little bit the same, only in the perspective is that literally everyone's going to be playing blue because 3 of the power cards are blue.
Yeah. So, anyway, we get a weird walk through. I love opening these because it's a weird walk through the past. Like, here's some weird garbage instant from battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at this is so not worth 4 mana.
Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand and deal 2 target to shock another creature.
This is like Jilt, but you have to pay all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Grim Lavamancer is a well-known cool card.
One of the primo red one drops of many.
Yeah. Searing Meditation is kind of an old walk through old Rav. This was casual player's dream card. With Shock plus Bounce is fine. Like, Jilt is such a strong card, but like when you're forced to pay for the Jilt.
Yeah, you're forced to pay both modes of that as opposed to only one mode of it for costing half.
Yeah.
If both sides of those are worth 2 mana in a in a versatile sense.
Yeah.
But being forced to cast both of them every time you cast it is what's weak.
And then Searing Meditation, like, again, Firemane Angel was a card that was printed with this, and Firemane Angel gains you a life if it's in play or in the grave at the beginning of your turn. So you'd like Firemane and Searing Meditation. It was fun. It was a fun deck. It wasn't like good because it wasn't enough to beat anything competitive at the time, but it sure as hell was fun. So yeah, I plan on doing some more of this. I think I'm gonna do.
This is sticking around for 2 weeks, right? This is a long one.
I think this is just 1 week. Let me check. 23rd. 23rd.
Unbelievable! I thought that this was ending on the 30th.
Nope. They're bringing the Vintage Cube back, and then that's sticking around for 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
So I plan on doing some more of this. I think maybe tomorrow, depending on what I'm up to. It'd be at like similar time, and then Tuesday we're also gonna get in a bunch of this. So that's the stream plans for this. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I've played one time in my life I played a format as powerful as this, and whew, boy, this is just so ridiculous. Everybody has ancestral recalls. Like, everybody just has is walking around with
$10,000 decks.
Yeah, $10,000 decks,
least.
and is pointing 20 guns at every opponent. Everybody just has 1,000 guns, and they're all pointed.
Everyone is Seto Kaiba, always.
Yeah. It rules. So yeah, thanks, Doc, for jumping in on that second one. Hope you got to enjoy.
Yeah, I was just eating, so I found a chance to pop in.
Yeah. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Hope you all had a fun time. If you want to catch more, as I said, we're going to be doing more of this. It would be tomorrow and for certain Tuesday. You can follow and see when I go live. See when that's going on. Subscribe for Cool Skulls, Slime, supporting the channel. Thank you to PokeCaptain Malamet for the subs today. I appreciate it a lot. But if you're just here enjoying the stream, that's great. A+. So thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody, and I'm gonna send you all over to Ty, who I think is still going. I think so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so catch you later.